what's the title of this?
TKAST.
No, the title of the episode.
Oh, how to become a social media producer. All right. And 3, 2, 1. What's up, TKAST? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode. We are not technically doing an intro in this episode because we are, as you can hear, turning off the audio, we are live. This is going to be the first live episode. We've done a live episode not too long ago, about 2 or 3 days ago, but unfortunately it went south. I forgot to hit go live. So that's going to be the lost episode that may arrive someday in the future. But until then, today, I want to introduce you to my special guest, a friend of mine that I met not too long ago. He is a social media producer in the DMV, along with many other things. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Lamont Odom.
Yay!
Oh, shit. There we go. Lamont Odom.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Hell
to be on the
yeah,
podcast.
dude.
Finally.
Oh, my gosh.
I've been seeing you like working, grinding, and I always just wanted to do it. So I'm like, this is cool.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
And
that.
I love this setup. This is really nice.
Thank you. Want to let's cheers.
Cheers.
Let me get you.
Now, this is my favorite part of the day.
Cheers. There we go.
Cheers.
Boom. Look at that.
You have to drink it.
I always get in
And
trouble.
look
I
each
always
other
get
in the
trou-
eyes when
I always
you
get in
drink.
trouble with that because I as the director and the cameraman and everything, I have to like try to
Multitask,
get
yeah.
your shot on, and then I have to change it to mine and then get my shot on.
It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, so
Pizza.
There we go.
Yes.
now they've seen me do it. Okay, so I want to get into this podcast sooner or later, but before we get straight into an actual whole podcast and all that junk, first, I just want to tell these people, because they don't know you.
Yeah.
I want to tell these people how we met.
Okay.
It's nothing all that special, but the cool
Yeah.
part is we met through a friend of mine, Adriana David. She's a former Miss Maryland. She was doing something.
My cousin was on set of her show. She was filming. And
Okay.
She was there a part of her panel, I believe, for women's rights.
Yeah, it was like being
Yeah.
filmed for reality TV or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pilot show. She was
Okay.
filming.
Yeah. And so I was pretty much there, just kind of like hanging out. I don't think I was like really doing her media or anything. She just kind of invited me there as a friend. I didn't have my camera,
Yeah.
but I did take pictures and stuff. It was a good time. It was pretty cool. It was like
Yeah.
a reality
We
TV.
chatted through the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, and so we basically found out that like we kind of do the same thing, except you're doing it a little bit better than I am.
No, no way.
So tell them what you do for you have the floor for a minute. You tell them what you do in the DMV.
Okay, so I just moved here back in July. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I lived in LA for a bit. I work for a film company, movietickets.com, so shout out to them.
Shout out.
They're based in Boca Raton, Florida.
Mm.
I have 2 web shows with them, Lamont Gets Sketchy and Lamont Goes Hollywood.
Oh.
Lamont Gets Sketchy is a spoof series, so I spoof movies every month. And then Lamont Goes Hollywood is where I interview people on the street and just ask them random pop culture questions.
Wow. Dude, that's where I want to take this thing soon.
Yeah.
Like
So
Billy
I've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years now, so it's been good.
What?
Yeah.
Like Billy on the Street.
Yeah.
Have you heard
so
of it?
any city, like LA, Detroit.
Oh, any city.
Yeah, any city.
Whoa.
And I work from home, so that's the flexible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you like signed to a thing?
No, I'm just partner with them. It's a partnership.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2 podcasts. One of them is about like spoofing movies, and one of them is just like asking people interview questions.
Yeah, I have 2 shows on
2 shows.
movietickets.com. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Started straight out of college.
That is sick, dude. And
Yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
just turned 24.
Cool. I'm an old man now.
No way. What did you do for your birthday?
So I for Big Night DC, it's an event at the Gaylord National Hotel. It's basically every year they open up all their conference rooms that are
Okay.
usually being used for whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Whatever it is, you need a conference room. Here we go. Here it is for business, usually like conferences. Except for Big Night DC, they open them all up, and they have like a bar in there. They have like a dance floor and a stage in each one of them. This year it felt a tad bit smaller.
Really?
I don't know what the case may be.
Why so?
I just felt this year just felt like maybe they were looking to make the like the main event bigger.
Okay.
So usually it feels like they have a whole bunch of several small events, and then towards the end of that they have one.
Okay.
This year felt a lot more like they had one main room that was doing a bunch of small events.
When is your birthday? Is it New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. It's like 12/31/91 at like 10:30.
You have a lit birthday.
Yeah, dude.
I thought I had a lit birthday, July 4th. You have, July 4th.
Whoa, this is
We have two big birthdays.
Dude, we got some collision going on right here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, July 4th.
Wow, I think you might have told me. I forgot.
Yeah.
But wow, that's so cool. So there's only room enough in here for one of us.
No.
Or whatever the case. There's only enough room in here for one of us.
We can make room for the both of us.
Yeah. Okay. So July 4th.
July 4th.
People are getting lit. You literally have fireworks go off for you.
That's the best part. I love it. I get trashed.
I also get fireworks. I'll have you be, or I'll
have you.
I'll have you heard, or I'll have you say. I'll have you know. I'll have you know.
I'll have you know.
I'll have you know that
especially in Vegas with the fireworks.
Yeah,
they do it big out there.
I'll have you know.
Have you been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas.
Okay.
No, I'm going. To. No, I it doesn't seem like a place that I would hate.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say you said you like to party.
Yeah.
So
well, that's the thing is I like to party with people.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like to in a social event.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? Are you a partier?
I like to party, but I don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
I know my limits.
Okay, that's good.
But I like to have fun. I like to laugh.
Do you think the phrase everything in moderation? Do you think that applies to partying?
I don't like that. I like 5 shots
when
I get there. Yeah. I'm like crazy, but I'm not too crazy.
Crazy normal.
Crazy normal.
Okay. Or normally
when
crazy.
I first get to the bar, 3 shots. Ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like
pre-game before, get to the bar, 3 shots, maybe have a mixed drink in between, dance a little bit, blah blah blah.
3 shots throughout the night.
No, like
3 shots right away.
Right away.
Okay, so I
you can't keep up. See,
the thing is,
it's only room for me. Then.
I guess so. I would like to say that sounds containable. Like I could do that, but I'm not much of a shot person.
See, I like to swallow, so it's easier for me to just like take.
Totally.
It's easier for me to just take the shot.
Totally. Okay, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, I think I could. Are you doing like 1, 2, 3? Or are you doing 1 and then you?
Yeah, I can do 1, finish it. Another
2,
1,
finish
3.
it.
I'm not like back to back crazy.
Okay.
No.
So it's like take 1, pay for it. Do 2, pay for it. Do 3, pay for it. Okay, so you're not like buying.
Or take 1. Can I have another one? Take 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, like,
I'm not gonna order 3 shots at once and then just take them all. That would be crazy.
Okay.
That's like.
I think I can handle it if like what you do a tequila.
Love tequila.
Yeah, the tequila. If it was tequila and you
or vodka too.
Or vodka. Yeah. So 3 shots of tequila or 3 shots of vodka, whatever the case may be. I could probably do that, and then as long as it was like. So that's pretty much what you do when you go out. You pre-game at home. What is that, like a few drinks? Or
it depends on how heavy your pour. It depends on how heavy your pour is.
Okay, so you do some shots at home.
No, I like to have a mixed drink while I get ready and get cute to go out.
Okay. So you do 1 mixed drink at home.
Yeah.
And then you get to the club, do 3 shots.
Yeah.
And then I
may do like 2 or 3 mixed drinks.
Okay.
Like a Saturday night. Let's say if it was Saturday.
Okay. But you all got to keep the liquor the same.
No.
Okay, so you can do a mixed drink.
I can do 3 shots of vodka.
Okay.
And then the rest can be mixed drinks of tequila.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not really like a dark liquor drinker.
Okay.
But I will.
Got it.
I won't turn down alcohol.
Got it.
Yeah.
What's your like shot of choice?
Patron.
Okay.
Tequila. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I used to like tequila or Patron a lot.
Yeah.
But the bottles are small.
It is. But you know what?
I'm sure they sell bigger bottles, but
you know what's good with it too? If you do a mixed drink of the Patron, a little bit of Sprite, and a lime and a lemon is so good.
Okay, yeah.
That's my go-to drink.
Yeah, I feel you. Do you have a favorite like way of getting to the club?
I prefer. What do you mean by way?
Uber, Lyft, or walk.
Oh, I definitely have to be in an Uber for sure. I'm never going to be a DD.
No, I mean, do you ever get a DD?
No, if you're in the car with me, you have to drink.
Okay.
So we're taking an Uber.
Okay.
We're taking a Lyft or Uber.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
Because if you nowadays you live in the area, you could walk somewhere to Arlington, right? Or Alexandria.
I have walked before.
Yeah.
I don't really know my way.
It's
too
cold
much.
though. It's cold right now. Once the summer comes, game over.
And you know
Everyone's
what?
walking everywhere.
I walked a lot this summer, and I hated it because it was so hot.
Yeah, and plus where I met you on 14th Street, you probably walked around all that. You probably walked around all there. No.
To be honest, I have.
Oh, you
no
had a
idea.
car.
Yeah, I had the car once.
Okay.
When we met, I had the car and I drove. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of which, when we met, you were helping your cousin, and she was shooting a TV show.
Yes.
Because you are also in the production industry.
Yes.
So what is it that got you into the production industry? Like, what is it growing up that helps you realize that's what you wanted to do?
Well, growing up, I never knew what I wanted to do. I was just all over the place. I went through like wanting to be an interior designer, car designer, and I've always been creative and artistic, and I just was like, you know what? I love to act. That was my first thing. I wanted to be an actor. That was like the number one thing I wanted to do. So I went to college, not for acting, because in my community, my household, that was like the normal thing to do.
Really?
Go to college. You had to go to college.
Wow.
If you don't go to college, then you have to work.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
So I felt like I went to college to like please my family.
Okay. Do you have siblings, older siblings?
No, I have one sister. She's 10.
Oh.
Yeah, so big
But
age.
both your parents went to college?
No.
So what's this rule about like, having to go to college?
I think when you have a kid, they want you to do better than them. So it was like pressure to go to college because I didn't go to college. So you have to go to college. You get that? You get what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
So it was like, okay, you're going to college straight off. And that's what I did. After I graduated, I went straight to college. I went for a year. It wasn't for me. Luckily, I started doing YouTube. And I started off doing film reviews. So I would review movies every week, stayed at AMC just fucking watching movies all day. And that's where Movie Tickets scouted me out from, was YouTube.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
That's dude, I'm so fucking jealous.
Yep.
You've been doing it for how long?
With Movie Tickets?
No, YouTube.
YouTube?
When did you start? Do you remember?
I want to say 2014 maybe.
Fucking my life.
2013.
Fucking my life. I really should just quit, man.
No.
I've been doing this since 2007.
But you're doing great.
No, I'm not.
I mean, I feel like everyone wishes they could be doing better. Like, I still wish
I didn't get signed by Movie Tickets yet.
You could.
Yeah, I've been doing it for twice as long.
Have you ever wanted to be an actor?
Yeah, totally. I've been on TV.
Oh, okay.
But, like, no one's seen my YouTube channel, and then so they're like, oh, wow, you should have it.
You know what I used to do? I used to just send all my fucking links to every company.
Oh.
So Twitter, how we were talking about social media.
Oh, okay.
I used to just, like, promote that shit, like hashtags, ads.
Okay, so you're marketing yourself well.
Yep. And then they saw it, they were like, wow, they start commenting on my content, my videos, and then from there I flew out there, met the CEO, met everybody.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. So yeah, I wasn't doing much of that growing up.
Okay.
I wasn't marketing myself as well as I could have been, because I would send my clips to people, but like close friends, I'd be like, hey, look at this video I did. I wasn't really sending it to everyone I probably should have been. So that's probably where your drive got to be more.
Oh, I love marketing.
Yeah.
Especially now, like social media marketing.
Okay. So you turn that marketing drive into a career.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only now do you make content for your career, you also are like a social media producer, marketer,
influencer, all of the things, I started to invest in myself more and just do more of the things I like, because aside from Movie Tickets, of course, I like other things too. It's not just movies. I like to think I have a big personality.
Yeah.
I'm very crazy, very entertaining.
That's helpful in this industry. So
I created a Patreon. A Patreon that's 18 plus.
Okay.
Adult content.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. Is it you have to be 18? I'm saying Patreon.
Patreon, you have to be 18.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
To subscribe to me, you have to be 18.
Okay, but not to own a Patreon account.
No, not to own a Patreon.
Okay, so
it's not like OnlyFans. A lot of people think I do porn.
Yeah. No. Because I mean, Snapchat has basically become OnlyFans. OnlyFans is pretty much Snapchat.
Right, private Snapchat. Right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, so I have a Patreon.
Yeah. So if you have a Patreon, you go to my link, you subscribe to my Patreon, and you sign up with that, with your card or whatever. It's $5 a month.
Okay.
And you get my podcast, Lamont After Dark. So I talk about sexual story times, all my hookups, everything involving sex. I have guests on there as well.
Oh shit, for real? Yeah. Any guests that you had sex with?
No.
Okay, so not that serious.
I mean, I'm not I would do it.
You would do it, but no, but that's.
But it hasn't come up. It hasn't come up.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. And then I have like exclusive pictures that Instagram would normally flag.
Like a exclusive VIP kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not nudity, but it's borderline nudity.
Okay. So like one step past Instagram stuff.
Yeah, and then I have vlogs and like YouTube videos. So
cool.
It's like my YouTube content on there, but it's all 18 plus. So you're seeing vlogs with my boyfriend, my friends.
Yeah. Drinking,
partying, behind the scenes footage of my life, stuff like that.
Interesting. That's smart. That's smart. Because a lot of people will put that stuff on YouTube thinking that it's fun and people will want to watch it, but then that'll kill your brand. Yeah. If you're not alcohol friendly brand.
Yeah. And I felt myself oversharing my business and my private life too much
on YouTube.
But
on Patreon, people respect you because they're paying for it.
Exactly. So I wanted a place where people can go if you're into that.
How long ago did you start the Patreon?
November 1st
of 2019.
So 2 months, 3 months.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So recently. And that's because you found that content doesn't work well on anywhere else. No, I think it works, but I found myself being too oversharing on YouTube for no reason. Got it. Okay.
Like, for instance.
So just like you kind of found that like the filter is acceptable because people want to pay for the filter. Like
I'm going to tell you. Okay. I auditioned for a reality show this year.
Okay.
Are You the One on MTV?
Oh, cool.
And they were doing their first sexually fluid season.
Oh, the first like LGBT.
Gay season. Yeah. So.
Oh, so the first gay season, not even the first like LGBTQ.
No, yeah, you're right. Like it was bisexual, straight. It was all a mixture. So I made it all the way to the final round.
Fuck.
I flew out to California, met with the producers, everything. And from that moment, and I didn't get it, obviously. From that moment on, I said, what I have to share should be exclusive. Monetized.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You didn't mention that the last time.
We
hadn't gotten there.
Well, no, we didn't get that far. Yep. Yep. But yeah, I went to Los Angeles. They flew me out. I had to fill out all the paperwork, send in an audition tape, all of that shit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought I had it. I thought I had it in the bag.
Yeah. Damn.
And they didn't pick me.
No pun intended, but you weren't the one.
I wasn't the one.
pun intended, honestly.
And you know what? I'm glad I wasn't the one because looking at the cast.
Mm-hmm. Yo, so that's actually really strange. Something I want to talk about this, but I can't really. I'm going to have to change names just for exclusivity factors, just because it's current and not. Well, because we're live.
Okay.
Usually I would say shit and then to cut it out because it's literally live right now. So, actually, real quick, just to make sure. Before this story, I'm gonna try to get this YouTube link so that you can share it with your peeps.
Oh, okay.
If you want.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think you just go on YouTube.
You're sending it to me. Do you have the same number?
Yeah.
Because I have your number in my phone, but I didn't know if it.
It's possible. I'm almost positive I have the same number as when I met you.
I'm gonna text you right now.
Okay.
Because I don't have the same number.
Got you. Man, my ears are so much.
Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hadn't saved you as a. Oh, I do.
No, I got a new number.
True. You just said that.
Yeah, I moved out here and switched mine.
Smart.
Yeah.
Man, you're only
24. Wow. And that's why I feel like this year I want to get into reality TV more. Like I want to take the Patreon just because I had that experience.
You moved here to get more into reality TV?
No. I moved here because my boyfriend is here and I don't like long distance relationships.
How long you guys been dating?
We've been dating for like 8 months, 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're moving into our first place together in 2 weeks.
Is this fast or normal for you?
Normal. I don't look at it as like
fast or slow.
Yeah. Especially in the community, I feel like.
Is this your first boyfriend? Second?
No.
20th?
This is my second boyfriend. I came out when I was 21. Second ever. I came out when I was 21, so I dated girls all my life. I dated my ex-girlfriend for 4 years, like throughout high school and college. Cheers. You like to party.
It's Monster now. I'm just trying to get you to drink.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I dated my ex-girlfriend for 4 years.
Wow.
Broke it with her, went to LA, shot a show out there, AfterBuzz TV, shout out to them. And then I just started hooking up with guys.
You broke up with her?
Broke up with her first.
Yeah.
because for my 21st birthday, she came out to Vegas with me. I paid for the ticket, paid for the hotel. It was a fucking disaster. I'll talk about this on my Patreon too.
Okay.
It was a fucking disaster, like crazy. And at the time, I was having thoughts about guys and stuff like that, but I never acted on it. I never cheated in my life. So I broke up with her. A month later, went to LA. My friend invited me onto the AfterBuzz show, and I hooked up with him.
Gay guy? I mean, he was gay.
He was gay.
Black?
White. Mm-hmm.
Mix?
No, he was white.
Where's the confusion from?
Well, because I didn't want to say, I didn't know if he was like, I don't know if he's Irish or.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's like a whitish.
Yeah.
White something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
So I hooked up with him, and ever since then, I just like doing it, you know.
So
and he was a good first
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bottomed
Okay.
the whole time. That was my first time bottoming. It didn't hurt for me.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't like a horrible experience. I liked it. I think I'm just like a sexual person, and that's why I have the Patreon, because I have a place for that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I promote it a little bit on social media, but
Yeah.
not everyone wants to see that side.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that people want to see.
Yeah.
But not necessarily everyone that like. So there's probably people that follow you because they're interested in what you do.
I was just gonna say,
but not
curiosity. People are curious, even
Yeah.
about anybody.
Exactly.
People are curious.
But they might, sometimes curiosity killed the cat.
True.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, whoa. But I mean, that's so good for them. You're still helping them.
Yeah. It's a place where you can go get that content, because I like to look at it as like everyone on YouTube is not being themselves. They're not being real.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I'll tell you this much. The ones that do it well don't have a public-private filter. So the ones that are really, really, really...
They're the same at both.
Not the same on and off camera. I mean, I'm talking about the same if their camera was out and they were at work, whatever work is, or if your camera is out and you're in the bathroom.
And see, that's the type of people I like. I like people who are themselves, whether the camera is off or on. Okay,
yeah. And so, like for example, one of the people I watch pretty religiously, maybe religiously is the wrong word. One of the people on YouTube that I look up to, which is also stupid. I don't know the right words, but Emma Chamberlain is an amazing person because when she's making content, you go from feeling like her brother to her friend to her boyfriend, back to her friend, then maybe her girlfriend, and then maybe her cousin, and then maybe her mom, Yeah. So like you get to feel like all these different, you get to like worry about her health, and then you get to like laugh at her mistakes, and then
I never met her. I never like watched a whole entire video of her, but from what I see, she is
killing it. Yeah. Like Louis Vuitton, all that stuff. Like Fashion Week, all that stuff.
How old is she? She like
18, I think.
Wow.
I hope.
She's cute though.
Yeah.
She's not my type of chick,
she's probably older now. I think when I found her, she was 18. And now that I've turned 2 years older, I forget that she's also turned 2 years older.
Yeah.
So I think she's probably like 20 maybe.
She has to be like 18, 20, something
Yeah,
because
she's
living not 21 though. I know
no,
that.
she can't drink yet. I know that much. She's living on her own in LA somewhere.
Have you met any YouTubers?
I've only met YouTubers that I have this really weird thing that I feel like I have some sort of curse. When I meet a YouTuber that's doing better than I am, maybe I don't want to have like a blanket statement, but like if I meet, like, let's say I met like this guy, I used to be friends with this guy called Random Shadow Man. I'll give him a shout.
What type of content?
I'll give him a shout out because like he won't watch this far into this.
So
Random Shadow Man used to make just videos. He used to just make content for YouTube, and he had like 50,000 followers, I think, something like that. Something knowledgeable from back then. When he had back then, when he had that many followers, that was a lot of followers to have.
Okay.
And I think the reason he didn't like it was because nowadays, let's say you have 1 million followers, you're gonna get a lot of inappropriate hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get
bandwagon hate, like we talked about.
Yeah. So when you have a lot of inappropriate followers, there's people that are following you for the wrong reason. They're like, oh, I want to make fun of this guy. It's fun to make fun of you, etc.
Yeah.
So I think he deleted his channel because of that.
Well, that's a good question. How do you feel about hate?
This is what we were talking about earlier. This is a good time to talk about the conversation we were having
like
earlier.
Cancel culture
about
and hate.
about like bad mumbo jumbo.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this tattoo on my left index, the inside of my left index finger. It's 2 crosses and then a parentheses, which is really like.
Which is cute. I like it.
It's like the X faces.
Yeah.
You know, you have 2 X's for eyes and then the smile. And the idea is like be happy because you're gonna die. Like you should be happy because the only thing that
which
like,
is true.
The only thing that the main worry for a lot of people is that you're gonna die. That's what a lot of reckless people are. That's why a lot of people are reckless, I should say. It's because the more reckless you are.
I think I'm gonna die every day just from being paranoid.
Right, exactly, yeah. So like, the thought, if you think about death a lot, the best way to stop thinking about it is to realize there's no way to like
get out of it. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Like it's not like a flat tire on the highway.
Right.
You know, that's very case scenario. That's a specific case scenario. But dying, for example, like you are going to die.
Yeah.
Unless
I look at it like when I see hate, I look at it as I don't look at it. Okay, say if I was getting hate on something I produced and I put online, I think whether it's good or bad, it's publicity, is helping you. So I take it as like a thing. If you're not being talked about, then you're not doing something right.
Yeah. I take it as a ratio.
Yeah.
So if I'm, I'm gonna create a really weird hypothetical, right? Okay. So you are doing a public show.
Okay.
And 10 people come to your public show, and 5 people walk out halfway. But there's 5 people that stay to the end, and they all cheer, right? And one person says, "You suck," and throws a tomato. The one person I actually am going to be more interested in talking to that threw the tomato, because I'm going to be like, why did it suck, but you still stayed to the end?
Right.
Then once I figure out what his thing was, I'll fix it, and he'll leave. Those 4 people, I'm like, why'd you guys stay? And I don't really want to know why they stayed, because there's probably my mom, my dad, my sister, and my whatever.
No.
But the 5 people that left, I'm actually going to go look up their YouTube reviews, because I'm not to change anything, just to make sure that the reason they left had nothing to do, like it was out of my control. So hate to me is like, you have to be doing something in order to get hate.
Right.
And if you're doing it well, like if you're the best that you can, you're gonna get like some hate for it, because even if you do something badly, people will love you for it.
Even if you do something extremely well and it's so good, you're going to get hate for it.
Yeah, but if you think about it the opposite way, I like to think about things like really strange. Like I like to try to think about something that no one else is going to think about. Like if you do something bad for popularity, do you know Ice JJ Fish?
I think I know who
he
that
sings
is.
like
that song. He's like an unattractive guy or something.
He sings, but it's
light skin. He's a black guy, right?
Yeah, he's light skinned black. I don't know what to call it, because he has signed. So it must be good to somebody, but the internet makes fun of him. It's bad. The internet makes fun of him for being.
That's like.
It's bad.
Bad baby.
I can play. Sure, I can play Ice JJ Fish if you want, but the idea is, if you make bad stuff, the internet, someone's gonna like it. You know, like someone's gonna find it interesting, because it's a creation.
Yeah.
So if you make good stuff, people are gonna. Even if you make good stuff, people are gonna dislike it, because. People can like bad. People. If you can enjoy something bad, then the opposite is true. You can hate something that's good. Like people make good music, and there are people that are like, this shit sucks.
Right.
But there are people that make bad music, not purposely, but people that make bad music.
And there's a lot of.
And there's a lot of people that like it.
Yeah.
It's just music. Oh, this shit slams, and you're like, no, it doesn't.
I guess it just depends on what people.
What
they like,
yeah,
what they're
going
into,
for at the
you
moment,
know.
Yeah.
Like I can post a Patreon picture on my Instagram right now. Some people are gonna hate it. Some people are gonna like it. Some people are gonna be like, "Oh, Lamont, you're doing too much. Why did you post your ass on Instagram?" You know, that's just what it is. But
yeah, and I think the people that hate you for that are the ones that aren't comfortable with like the new iPhone update.
Yep.
Oh, my phone's gonna freeze.
You know what I find? Since I came out, a lot of my friends, like my best friends who I grew up with, went to school with, I feel like they don't want to be associated with me, but they still follow my life because they're living through me, because they can't live there.
I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of people I know live vicariously, is what you're probably looking for. A lot of my friends live vicariously through me, because not that I'm doing anything
spectacular.
I'm not doing anything interesting, but I am doing something. And a lot of people will come up to me and be like, "Hey man, we should do this. We should start something." People will call me and be like, "Yo man, I got this great idea for a podcast.
Yep.
You know, we can do this, we can say this, and we can do that, and we can say this and that." And I'm like, if you want, yeah, I mean, if that sounds like a great idea, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
What's stopping you from doing it? And like, well, you're doing it better. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah. People are really, it's crazy to think, like, I'm talking about best friends who you grew up with. Like, they just switched that fast.
Yeah.
But
because you came out?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think.
Or it's because of what you talk about.
You know what? It was before even the Patreon. It was before.
Yeah.
I think people see people who are evolving and getting recognized and getting successful. Like, I'm not the most successful person. I don't think I'm doing something that anybody else could be, you know. But I think people see you doing something and they're still stuck. So they're, I guess you can call it a hater, you know?
Yeah. That's
like you have to leave people where they are. Say, for instance, you have a friend that's just like you, podcast, they want to do everything that you do, and you guys have the same ideas, right? If you're making your shit happen and you're doing it, and this person is just standing still, and you're still being a good friend to them, and they're not reciprocating that back to you, you have to leave them.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the fact that some people don't want to see you doing better because they're worried that you might not like them anymore.
There you go.
Something along the lines of that.
Yep.
But with that being said, how's your life in the production world?
It's going good, you know.
So you've gone from doing your own thing on YouTube, to now doing something for someone that believes in you for doing it.
Yes.
And you love it. And then you've also done you've had several branches into different things: private life, public life, interesting stuff, scary stuff that shouldn't be seen, and all the above. But so what is it like to you to go from being not sure if people are going to appreciate it to now being basically paid to do it?
You know what? For me, I always just had an outgoing, oversharing personality, right? So I just do what I want to do, honestly. I don't really think about it that deep. I just do what I want to do. So for me, I enjoy like waking up every morning, doing a podcast, talking about topics that I enjoy talking about. Oh, let me go. If I'm at a hotel in Costa Rica, I could take some sexy photos, post it. Like, I like being in that creative space and doing what I like to do. And I find when you try to work with other people, it becomes a distraction. I don't know if you can attest to this, but it's kind of like you have to depend on other people to
like pull their weight.
Yeah, and I don't like that. That's why I do everything by myself. Even when I do movie tickets, I do everything by myself. The writing, the filming, the acting, the editing.
One thing I have found is that when you do it all yourself and you make a mistake, it's so much easier to own up to your mistake.
Yep.
Because when you don't have to make up a lie for someone else, and you can just be like, hey man, I screwed. Like, literally, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? I had a podcast with this guy I was telling you about, and I forgot to press the button. I forgot to press go live. You have to press all these other buttons on all these other things. I have like so many. I had 2 cameras to set up and like 4 different programs to set up, and then the YouTube to start, and like it was my first time doing it all.
There was a lot going on
with a guest, and the very first time I did it on my birthday, my guest didn't care how long it took. And we did it well because my friend Usha was here, and we were just hanging out, killing time, and then I figured it out. But then I got nervous because I had a guest, and I didn't press the final important button, and that just came from being like trying to collaborate, which is fine. But like that collaboration process is what keeps me creative. So people want to collaborate with me, but I don't really know how to get you into my brand or my collaboration process. But now that I have a podcast, and now that I can just like sit down with someone and literally just talk to you, I can just like hang out and we can. And
I'm looking at it as far as like you have to be on their time. You know, you have to do stuff with other people's time, and I don't like that. I'm very like boom. When I wake up in the morning, I like to get shit done, put it out there. You know, I don't necessarily have a schedule per se, but I like to get stuff done when I want to get it done. And if you have to wait on somebody else to get it done, it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah, and so. But I like fortunately, this podcast, I only do this podcast. It's not like I don't have a podcast to do that people are expecting to see. I just have a podcast that people get to see when I have a guest.
Same.
So that to me is kind of fun because if I put out one every day, so let's say I put out 7 episodes over the course of a week, then people get to see that I had 7 interviews and I worked hard and got 7 interviews out. But if I put out one a month, then it's like, okay, he's taking his time. He's like interviewing people and probably doing other stuff. Like, so I'm not looking for like a schedule toward this stuff. Because
and that's a good question. Are you more into, do you brand it out, like promote it out, like think about it, or do you just post it whenever you get done?
I have done podcasts before that I thought would help my brand, but I like to just
like, say if you did 7 interviews today, do you post all 7 within that week?
Not within that week.
Okay, good.
So like there was a time when I used to do 3 a day.
Okay.
And
wow,
yeah,
3 a day.
I used to do 3 a day, but they were just like friends that were available that on those days, and then I stocked them up, and so for a while I was uploading one every Monday. Then for a while I was uploading one a week, and then now it's just kind of like whenever they get produced, because now I'm trying to go live with them. So if I go live, then the cool part is there's no production, there's no backlog. So when I do a podcast, it gets put out, and then if I want to then chop it up and make snippets, I can if people like it and stuff.
The hard part about producing to me and like putting out content, especially on Patreon, is knowing when to not give too much and when to put out just enough, you know, because Patreon is subscription based.
Yeah.
So you have to get new people to follow you, but also keep the people who are following you satisfied. So say if I put out 4 vlogs in 1 month, because it's monthly, I try to find a way to separate the two, like separate at least posts to where the new people for February can come and get some content as well.
So it's like you are like on salary to Patreon,
pretty much,
but your salary is whatever many people are there watching.
It's up to you. It's about the content that you make.
Yeah. Yep. So it's kind of like the old school YouTube, like a very old school YouTube, like a long time ago.
Really, it was like
2000. I want to say 2011. There was a time when, if you were a YouTube partner, and you put out 1 video a month, and you got, let's say you put out 1 video a month and got a whole lot of views, right? You might make the same as someone that puts out 10 videos that month, or whatever the case may be. Because a long time ago, it used to be strictly just like, if you're getting the views, you're getting the money.
Yep.
So it's literally like imagine like an empty building with several floors, unlimited floors, filled with unlimited people on the audience.
Yep.
Like every floor had a stage, and every floor had a stage full of a full audience, sold out audience, right? And all you had to do was capture their attention. So if you showed up to the work in the building and you found an empty stage on an empty floor, and you were interesting to this sold out audience, the sold out audience is going to like you, and you're going to get a lot of views, and then people are going to come up and start handing you money. Here's all your money. Here's all your views. You know?
Then a lot of people are not into the same things that you post. Like, say for instance, you may have followers that are only here for your vlogs. Some people are just strictly here for the podcast. So I have to cater to each one of those categories in one thing. Because you may subscribe to my Patreon and only care about the vlogs, and that's it. You don't want to see the news. You don't want to see the podcast, hear about it. You just want to see the vlogs, see me live my life, you know? So you have to cater. You have to find a way to like balance all the things that you want to create.
Do you find yourself losing Patreon members that you didn't want to lose based on like content you've put out or the lack thereof?
No, because I pretty much know that the people, well, I should say I haven't yet. Because you can subscribe today, and then next month you'd be like, well, the content isn't really that juicy for February. I'll just wait till July, you know? So it's not like they have the option. They can leave, you know, they can cancel. But I try to do it to where it's fair to each category. So you're not just getting one thing.
Do you treat them like friends, like viewers, like subscribers? Do you treat them like your audience or your customers or what?
I treat them as my subscribers like I would on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's pretty much taking my YouTube platform and my name that I built for myself and just doing an 18 plus content on Patreon. So everyone who subscribed watched my movie ticket stuff. They watch me grow on the movie reviews and stuff like that. They're just seeing a different side of me. But if it was someone new, like if you had a friend here and he wanted to, or she wanted to see like, oh, this guy's cool, I want to know what he does. Like, what is Patreon? They can go on there and.
Speaking of which, what is your Patreon? Is there a way to tell people?
It's just patreon.com/LamontOdom.
Okay.
LamontOdum.
Okay, so the same thing as your Twitter and your Facebook and your Instagram, except it's just
all
Patreon.
across the board.
Patreon.
patreon.com/LamontOdom.
Very cool. Is there anything we haven't gotten to yet that you want to like throw out there? Like, are you a?
I want to talk about something deep, but I don't know. If
let's go for it. What's the good? Should I
want to talk about sex. Is that okay?
Totally, yeah.
I know. We just moved on from.
No, this is a good time. You're talking about your Patreon. You basically talk about sex on your Patreon. So let's get some Patreon style.
Okay, yeah, let's get some Patreon style.
Lamont Odium Patreon style content.
Okay,
I'm cool with that. And see that's the thing is, I actually have reached out to sex shops asking them for, like equipment to use to like, do like. What do you call them? Like reviews, like content reviews for them on my podcast, but they're not, podcast friendly.
Would you start a Patreon? Would you ever do one?
I think so. I don't know exactly what I would.
You can test the limits. You don't have to. Well, I don't know if I would do OnlyFans. I feel like that.
No, I don't think anyone that I produced. If I put out an OnlyFans, people would literally think I gave up on life. I'm not. You're not. This is live. I'm gonna get canceled. Okay, so this is terrible. Let me backtrack.
Okay.
I've done too much in my life.
Resort to that.
You know, a good way to put it is I haven't come this far just to come this far.
Yeah.
So like, if I did OnlyFans, that would be like, oh, you're selling out. I got to where I wanted to and I didn't like it. I'm gonna go back here.
Yeah.
There's nothing like OnlyFans is amazing. You can become a millionaire. I know people.
Yeah, I see people. Yeah.
Yeah, OnlyFans is great. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think anybody would be proud of me for opening OnlyFans.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I feel like people wouldn't be proud of me, and I also feel like if I was different, if I was born into a different life, then maybe I would do it. If I was single, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way: the people that open OnlyFans and produce it, I'm proud of you for like putting yourself out there. I'm proud of you for like getting your bag.
But your subscribers, day one people who are listening to this, probably wouldn't be proud of you.
Yeah, if I was like, oh, check out my OnlyFans, people would be like, nope.
Nope. Right. I agree with you. So I want to talk about this. I have 13 questions here.
Okay. Wow.
And this is going on my Patreon, and I just want to get to know you a little bit better, your sex life.
Okay.
What's your favorite sex position?
I think probably doggy style, but if they're good at it, probably reverse cowgirl. That depends on like skill level.
Okay.
I think.
What's the most times you've ever masturbated in a day?
That's a good question. Usually if I'm at 3, I'm like, wow, what's wrong with
3? That's a lot.
Yeah, usually if I'm at 3, I'm like, I've been like, it
kind of hurts.
I'm like super bored. Like there's no reason to do it. But like, I've had 3. You know what NRBs are? No reason boner.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a no reason boner is like you go to take out the trash, and like on the way out you like bump into something, and like bumping into something turns you on, and then you're like, oh shoot, why do I have like.
So do you act on it right away? Like if you have a boner, do you just...
No, not necessarily right away.
Okay.
Because right away it can go away pretty easily, especially if you're doing something that doesn't require sexual activity. Like if I have an NRB and I'm like at the DMV, obviously I'm not going to take care of it right away. You know what I mean? But if I still have an NRB by the time I get home, I'm like I obviously have to get rid of this thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to just think of my aunt because like...
Right.
If I haven't gotten rid of it after that long... then like let's just do what it wants me to do. So 3, if I'm at, so basically that being said, if I'm at 3, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting to 4.
Okay.
I've never had the chance to get to 4, but 3 is probably the most.
Yeah, I agree. 3 is like maybe 2 when I'm done. What's your biggest turn on?
Oh man, I don't know if I should say that on live.
It could be just something like
taboo stuff. Yeah, I like taboo stuff, which is vague enough for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about biggest turn off?
Biggest turn off is a good question as well. Biggest. Man.
I could tell you one cheating, lying.
Oh well, yeah, that's like in a relationship, or like if I found out you just cheated on your boyfriend and that's why you're single, whatever.
Yeah,
that's the one night stand and get out of my face.
Yeah,
but like biggest turn off in general, like if I'm trying to hook up with you, like if you're in my bed and like we're about to hook up, biggest turn off would be like smell.
Okay.
But smell or like acts like if you just are like so drunk that you like don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
Like if I asked you a question, like if I asked you a common sense question, before you want some water before we start, and you say, well, what's water or something like that. Even if you're joking, like if that's
just
your
stupid
joke
on purpose.
Yeah, like if you're just if I can tell that that you're not gonna know who I am in 5 minutes, then like that's a huge turn off. Unless we're in the same mental state. If we're both there,
okay,
that's not it. But if I can tell, if I'm a 3 and you're like a 9, drunk wise, you know.
Do you prefer to give oral or get oral?
If I could, I guess I should change my favorite position to 69.
69.
It's just not a sex position, you know.
So you like 69?
69 is like my favorite. If like especially if I'm not gonna see you again.
So you like to do it if it's like a regular hookup?
Yeah, like if I was, but I know that the reason that is because 69 is kind of rare. Like most people either aren't sure how to do it or they're not comfortable doing it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if I could pull off
69, are you on top of the 69 or at the bottom of the 69?
Well, bottom is more comfortable for girls.
Okay.
Because they can just like sit on my face or something.
Okay.
But like I have done the other way but that's if they're like really good. It's like that's if a girl is like if a girl recommends it or something, then like I might be like which you know what I mean?
Now, does size matter to you?
Well, I'm straight.
Well, I know you're straight, but I'm saying, does it matter?
Well, I guess I have been with a girl before and it didn't, it hurt. So.
It hurt them or hurt you?
It hurt them.
Okay.
Like, it was too big. It hurt them.
Oh, wow.
So I guess like size does matter because I wish I could control. Like I wish I could choose to have. There's been a time when I was like, damn, I wish it was smaller.
Really?
Yeah, because I know. Man, this is live.
Everyone is getting to know you now.
I know someone who we couldn't have sex.
Really? I had that experience too with a female too, where it wasn't working.
Yeah, it just didn't.
Same thing with the guy too.
And it wasn't like about turning her on or like it wasn't like she wasn't in the mood or something or she was fit. It was just like because we've tried over the course of I think it's been a year and a half or so. We've tried like once every 6 months, so like we've tried like 2 or 3 times, and it's just like not. God didn't intend for us to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite porn category? When you go to porn, what is your ultimate favorite? Where okay, you have a 5-minute window, you have to beat it up, jerk it off, and get going. Like, what is something that you just like you have to watch?
Well, if that taboo category isn't specific enough, then I think, oh man, I want to be vague because being vague is probably less crazy.
Okay.
But like,
be crazy.
Well, like step family.
Oh, okay.
Like stepsister or stepmom.
Okay.
Yeah, stepmom, yeah, whatever.
I like that.
Or like,
So you like the acting of it. You like not realistic. You like the
because usually it's slightly more exaggerated.
Okay.
And I think the exaggerated aspect of it is less pornographic.
Okay.
Because like sometimes I'll be sitting there and like the fact that they're like, oh, but your dad will be home soon.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll be like, oh shit.
So you like the sneakiness of it.
Yeah, not necessarily like I don't really need to see you get like hardcore fucked
by your stepbrother or something.
Yeah, like that's where I don't try not to get that far.
Okay. Have you ever been in love?
I hate to say yes.
You hate to say yes?
Well, because if you think about it, there's a famous quote that says, your first true love will prove that your first true love wasn't your first true love.
Now that's deep.
Deep, right? I want to get a tattoo, but it's a lot of the word love.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same word over and over.
And then I feel like you can have different type of love.
Yeah, like there have been females in the past where I felt completely different about them that I did other people, and would have done and still probably would do anything for them. I don't know if I love them or if I have love for them.
Okay.
Because I know that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm not in love with anybody.
Okay.
But I truly have love for people in my heart that would take me a while to rattle them all off. And some are guys, But like, if I have love for you, that does not mean I want to have intercourse with you.
Okay.
But if I am in love with you, obviously that's when I'm I'm gonna be trying. I'm very interested in
the intercourse.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a boxer or brief guy? Just a few more questions left.
I think boxers, unless I'm busy. Like if I'm
typical day boxers.
Typical day boxers.
Are you wearing boxers right now?
I'm wearing like Under Armour leggings. They go down to my shins. Okay. Because I was out about all day long.
Do you ever just go bare?
Like.
Or nothing.
Like no underwear?
Yeah.
Maybe if I go to a girl's house, like if I go stay overnight at a girl's house and have an accident or something, I might just burn him and go bare for a day. Okay. But like I can't think of a moment where I'd be like, you know what? No underwear today. Okay. They call it going commando, right?
Commando.
Yeah, commando. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never gone commando on like an interest level of,
I feel like it wouldn't feel right with the jeans and the pants.
Yeah, maybe if I was like on vacation, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I was at the beach, I would probably
with just the shorts and
like sweatpants. If I was at the beach and it was raining, most likely go commando. Like I would have to have no parents around. Okay. Case by case, go commando. Now that I think about it. Okay. I've done it before, but I can't think of
it's uncomfortable to me. I don't.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Okay. Have you ever cheated on anyone? Your followers are getting the whole tea right now, live.
Man, so okay, so can I explain my confusion?
Let me set it up. Cheating means to me, you're in a committed relationship with the person and you have sexual intercourse, including oral, kissing, touching. It's cheating.
I've never cheated I've never cheated. No. Okay. But that's the problem is that when a girl says like I want to take a break.
Well, that's not cheating.
Right, but depending on the girl, they could believe that taking a break just means that they need a mental break.
Now that's a bonus question. What a break? Do you believe in breaks? I don't believe.
I don't. That's why it's a rough area because during a break I feel single, and if the only reason I've ever cheated in the past, which again I didn't, but the only thing that would be considered cheating was like one of my ex-girlfriends, depending on when you watch this, was like very comfortable with like getting mad at me and being like, you know what, I don't want to see you anymore. And to her, that just meant today. Like, I'm done seeing you, I'm leaving. And we would have like this argument type style, and she would be done seeing me, and I would leave.
Week later,
in my head, I'd be like, holy shit, we just broke up. Wow. And then I'd go live my life for 24 hours as a single man, I'd hit on my friends, be like, my girlfriend broke up with me. And then the next day, she'd be like, why aren't you talking to me, you asshole? And I'd be like, you broke up with me yesterday. And she'd be like, no, you fucking idiot. We didn't break up. We just had an argument. I'm like, wow, if that was an argument, then like, shit, Yeah. So like, moments like that, like I didn't necessarily. Sometimes it would be a one day. Sometimes it'd be a week where like I was just unsure. But like during those moments where like you're during a break with somebody, like I've had
You had experiences. You had fun. Yeah.
I had fun with other people, and it makes me feel weird because I'm like, I don't know if I'm single or not, but I feel single because she told me to fuck off.
And speaking of fun and experiences, where is the craziest place you ever had sex?
Well, I dated a girl once that was like very interested in doing things in public without getting caught. So I'm not sure, like, cause like, what would you consider more interesting?
Or that was just me.
Oh, your camera.
We need to just restart it. Yeah.
There we go. Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta do this real quick.
Okay.
Hello, YouTube.
No.
Yeah. So it was like a public pond, like a public like center, like a town center thing. But it was like off in the corner bushes, or theater, movie theater. But it was like it wasn't a full on session. It was just
like a quick bang bang.
Yeah, quick bang bang, because we weren't trying to be.
Are you a fast lover, or do you like to take your time, or do you just like to get it over with? Boom, boom, boom.
I think depending on how well I know you, like if it's our very first time, like
tonight. If you go out tonight, you meet somebody.
If I meet someone new tonight, I want to show you what's good.
Oh,
so
he's gonna show you the wink.
So we're gonna have fun, like if you see something that that you want to try out, we're probably gonna try it out. But that's the thing, is like usually my first time, my second time, my third time with somebody is adventurous. Okay. And then you kind of start to realize like adventurous is fun, but like once you start to like somebody, it's also fun to just be like, hey, like,
right,
slip in real quick.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Pretty normal. I think it was like high school prom. Senior prom. Oh, okay. I had chances up until freshman, sophomore, senior year, whatever, freshman, sophomore, junior, whatever the case may be. But I knew, based on how much I liked hooking up, like based on how much I like head and hand jobs and stuff, I was like, oh man, if I start having sex now, I'm basically gonna give up giving hand jobs and stuff, like getting other
You
stuff.
Prefer hand jobs over oral?
No. I mean, I guess in a preference style it'd be like blow jobs, sex, and hand jobs. Okay. But like. That's what I figured. I was like, so I was pretty young when I started hooking up, like 15, 16, 17. In my case, in my opinion, it's not young for people, but young for what I wasn't. It all came very, very. In my opinion, I wasn't prepared for when it was happening. So
I think I was 17 or 18.
Yeah, that's pretty normal, in my opinion. But so at that age, people were like offering to have sex because they were trying to figure it out too. And I was like, well, I don't know, if I start having sex now, I'm gonna probably not want to do the other stuff because I'm gonna like it. Yeah. Like if it's that like special and rare, and that like coveted, then if I start doing it now, I'm gonna like do it all too much. Okay. Which is kind of true. Like now that I know what sex is like, it's pretty.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like if somebody wanted to specifically give me a hand job for some reason, I'd be like, okay.
Because I'm a sexual person, I feel like my partner has to like satisfy me. Because I'm very like.
Yeah, I was worried growing up that I wouldn't find somebody that was like as sexual as I was, but I think your natural sexual drive will help you find the person that's sexually driven for you. Because like there have been times in the past when my sexual drive wasn't where it is now. Yeah. And there's been times when like it was higher than it is now or lower than it is now. Like, it kind of fluctuates based on how my life is going. Like if I'm really successful, like if I'm feeling really good about myself, I'm really successful, like got my shit together, I might be feeling more sexually driven and like be more likely to go hit on somebody. But right now, since I'm just like kind of like chilling and I'm about to move and like things are kind of like up in the air, like I'm not really trying to invite people over and like bring out on dates and stuff like that, because like I got too much else going on right now. Okay. So like right now, my sexual drive is probably not very high, but if someone was coming over and I knew I was gonna have sex with them, then like it'd be just.
Well, are you on dating apps?
Yeah, I'm on Tinder.
Oh, you're on Tinder.
Yeah, are you?
No, I'm in a relationship. Grindr? No.
Oh, right. My bad. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot.
No.
How long you been dating? 8 months. 8 months. So right a little after I met you.
Yeah, you know what? I had Grindr, but it was introduced to me in a negative way. My ex, I caught him cheating. No, I caught my ex cheating on Grindr, and I didn't know what that was because I just had came out.
Shit.
And then I met him.
Damn.
And then, you know what? This year, when I broke up with my ex, this year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna download Grindr. Why not give it a chance? And I actually met my boyfriend on Grindr.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. You turned a negative aspect
to the positive.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
And you can meet good people on there, guys. You really can.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
I've met some good people on Tinder. Not knowing I'd still talk to.
But do you use it as just sex or date or?
Well, if I went on there and someone hit me up and they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna fuck tonight," I'd be like, "See you soon." But if I met someone on Tinder and they're like, "Hey, like I want to go on a date with you," or if that happened for some reason, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's go on a date. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I use it kind of like I just honestly I don't really use it very much because
You're just busy. You have a lot going on.
Well, I'm more likely nowadays to meet you doing something I prefer, like doing something I'm passionate about, like going out and enjoying my life.
And I don't know. I think that's better to meet in person and see.
You know, there's positives and negatives to all of it. You know what I mean? Like I can't flex as hard. Like some people like me based on what I've done in the past. People are like, wow, you've worked for such and such. Like that's so cool. Tell me more. And then they know that because of what I put on my profile. But it also hurts because sometimes someone might be like, oh, ew, you've worked at such and such. I don't want to even meet you ever.
See, I think the person is what turns me on. It has to be the whole vibe, the look, the personality, the way. Like, I don't really care what you do or whatever. It just depends on who you are. Like, I want to know real shit. Like, I want to know you 5 minutes before this date, you just took a big shit at fucking Walmart. True. You know, like real stuff. Yeah, because then you're not going to be like uncomfortable when you're actually dating. Yeah, like I want to know everything that you are afraid for. Do you think that comes mainly from the fact that you're so open? I think so. I think with me being open and being an oversharer, I want that person, even if you're not an oversharer like me per se, be able to be comfortable with me and tell me. Okay. Like I want to know your crazy sexual experiences. If you've been with a guy or a girl before, I want to know everything. True. Did you drive here? I did. Ooh, okay. Okay, let me get this last question in. Yeah. You know, only because I want to go run an errand. Okay. Before the store closes, and I think we'll definitely make it. Okay. Because you have a car. Okay. Wonderful. And it's the place that I wanted to promote me, the sex shop. You never been to a sex shop? No, I have. I'm saying I wanted them to sponsor my show. Oh, okay. Because I wanted them to send me stuff that I could then like show to somebody and be like, "What do you think this is?" And they could be like, "Oh, I like that." Yeah, I think it'd be fun, but I don't have a sexual podcast, so. Well, I do. You can be a guest on my podcast. There you go. Okay, last question for the Patreon listeners. Alrighty, here we go. What is your best sex advice to give to someone? Sex advice? Advice. In general? In general, it could be anything. I'll give it a broad viewpoint. My favorite situations when it comes to having sex is kind of like when I've had a good day and I'm in a good mood and I go out with the intention of just enjoying my good mood and having fun, whether it be a Monday or Friday or Saturday, whatever day it is. If I'm going out, go out to have fun, go out to enjoy yourself, especially if you're going out to just enjoy your friends. Right. Make sure you enjoy your time with your friends because everyone's always looking. Everyone's always watching when they're out. And if they see you having fun, they're going to want to join you. And if you like them and they have already seen you having fun, it'll be so much easier to approach them because they won't think that you're just looking for something crazy. They'll see you as, especially if you're in a place for like, a few hours. If you're just bar hopping, it's kind of harder. But like, like in DC, you go to some place and you get drunk there and if you're with your friends, as long as people, as long as you're having fun, you will have the vibe of like, I want to know who that is. Okay. And it's a lot easier to introduce yourself to somebody when they already want to know who they are. So keep it fun. Yeah. Make sure you keep having fun because that brings the most sexual energy to people that want to, like, if someone wants to have fun and it makes it more, you're making yourself more approachable and more comfortable. Yeah. Especially if the person isn't having fun and they can see you are having fun, they're going to be more likely to join in on your fun. Okay. Because they're going to be like, wow, this guy knows how to have fun. True. Most of my positive experiences have been because I wasn't interested in meeting someone. I was like, I'm tired of meeting people. I don't want to flirt anymore. I'm just going to go out, get drunk, and hang out, And then people come up to me. Okay. Are you the aggressor? Do you prefer them to come up to you or you go up to them? Like, I think I'm more comfortable when I go up to somebody and say, hey, babe, you're beautiful. Let me get your number. And, like, I'm going to see you later. And they're like, okay, wow, here's my number. I hope I see you later. Yeah. I think I'm more comfortable like. Do you have a type? Probably. Middle Eastern girls are kind of like my weakness. Okay. Because like most of them want nothing to do with me. So you like the game. You like to play games. That's what I'm getting the vibe of.
I don't necessarily like playing games with people, but I'll put it this way. If I like a girl because of she's my type, she fits my type, and it's not just Middle Eastern girls, but that's kind of like
that's like your kryptonite.
That's like yeah. If you're looking like for a quick easy time and you know who I am and you're Middle Eastern, like
so you want them to chase you.
I mean, yeah, if you don't fit my type, but I can tell that you are interested, and I can tell you've put some type of work in. That's not like a what do you call them, goober girl. If I can tell that you're not just looking to sleep with the band.
Okay.
And
so you don't like slutty girl, like easy girls?
No, not really. No.
Okay.
Because like there's no point in like I have a very public show profile where like if you're my friend, I'm most likely gonna promote you and share you. And if I share that like, oh, check out this girl, and then everyone starts DMing me and be like, oh yeah, I hit that last week, I hit that last month.
That's a turn off.
I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't want community thoughts.
I'm not saying that like that's bad. You do you.
Yeah, you do you.
But I'm not looking to be like your. I'm not going to be sharing the.
You're not going to be a number on somebody else's.
Yeah, I don't want to share you through. Like, I don't want people to. Yeah, I don't.
So you're not into trains. You wouldn't do trains. Threesomes, foursomes.
Yeah, I've done it before.
You have?
Yeah.
Trains or threesomes?
I've done a train once.
No way.
Yeah. Have you done the Eiffel Tower before?
No. What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Like this. It's a train, but you put your hands in the air.
Oh no!
Like you hold hands. I've done 3s and 4s, but nothing.
So you like two guys banging two chicks, like you and your friend.
I mean, I've only done it one time, and it wasn't necessarily something that I would like plan again or do again. It was literally just like that's how the cookie crumbled on that moment.
Wow.
That's how the cookie crumbled.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about condoms? Do you like condoms?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not trying to have a kid anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about as far as like some people just don't use condoms at all. Like I have friends they just don't use it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, if a girl told me she was like, if this girl was like I'm on the pill, like, and I didn't trust her, and she's like, trust me and take it. If for some reason I was scared of not using a condom, but a girl showed me her like obvious pill or whatever the case might be. Then sure, like maybe, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I
went through a lot of Plan Bs. My ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I went through a lot of Plan Bs as well,
yeah.
and they're expensive.
$50.
Yeah, a piece. $50
for
each
one
time.
single
each
thing.
time. Yeah. And then they're mad at you for days because it hurts.
And that's why I could never just sleep around because I like one-on-one connection. I like to.
People think I sleep around, dude. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you probably get all the girls." I'm like, what makes you think that?
I think the opposite. I think you're like kind of. I would just say when I first met you, I thought you were kind of like prude.
Okay.
Not into sex.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do come off as like a sober prude until.
Well, I knew you wasn't sober.
Right, no. What I'm saying is like when I walk around just doing my thing, like if you bump into me at Macy's, you wouldn't know I was stoned.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't also know that I was a partier. Yeah. And you wouldn't know that I
like you shocked me when I met you. Can I say it?
Yeah.
The poppers.
Yeah. That's what I was just saying. I lost my poppers.
I did not expect you to when you put out that popper. Yeah. I was like.
Yeah. So that's what I need to go to the sex store for. I need to get more poppers because I lost mine. They're in here somewhere, but I just can't find them. I think I brought them to Big Night DC and misplaced them, but.
What does that do? I'd never experienced poppers before.
But did you try them that day?
I don't think I did. I
don't remember.
Think I did.
I don't remember. So basically, poppers it's used for gay sex.
Okay.
It's used to make your butthole. It's used to relax your butthole.
Like make it easier for you to take
dick.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But I use it because it just like makes you also gives you a head high.
That's what a lot of people say. Like
it makes you very like euphoric.
Okay.
Like it honestly is like, let's say you're really into smoking weed, right?
Okay.
And let's say you smoke a full blunt to yourself. Imagine that feeling, but no throat congestion. and no paranoia. Well, there's a tiny bit of paranoia, but only if you do it in
it
public.
just it relaxes you where you don't think about it.
It relaxes you for a few minutes to the point of like, if I figured out that someone was trying to join our mental, like if we're all partying, pre-gaming, whatever, or it's the after party. Let's say everyone's doing something.
Right.
We're all drinking or smoking or doing whatever the case might be. Since we're live, I'm not trying to be too crazy.
Yeah, too crazy.
But let's say we're all enjoying our vices, and there's a girl here who her vice is flirting and like being sexy, and her vice is like feeling the adrenaline of being turned on. Poppers gives you that adrenaline without having to be turned on, without anyone having to hit on you, without you being turned on at all.
So it's like immediate, boom.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, so if I went to a party and I knew that everyone there was single, and I knew that I just had to be like a little bit more me, I might bring the poppers just so that like if we weren't drinking and if no one was a smoker but we were all like trying to break the ice, I might go in the bathroom and so then I walk out and I'm slightly less.
But does it make your butthole open for you?
Maybe, I don't know. I've never like tested it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like I've never done it and then gone like to the bathroom or anything.
Oh,
but probably.
So it's like it's just something to like relax you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right now, if I did it, I'd be like.
That sounds like a shot. You could just take a shot of tequila.
Well, that honestly, maybe just because I have ADD, a shot of tequila would be like.
Oh, would I like? Okay.
Yeah, the poppers makes me just.
Have you ever used it during sex? Poppers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before sex, during, after. I use it for the feeling of euphoria turns you on.
Yeah.
It makes you horny, just like by nature.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make my dick feel any kind of way.
So it doesn't like make you hard or anything. It just
not necessarily, unless the feeling of euphoria and relax turns you on.
Okay.
Because like it increases sensations of like touching and smelling.
Yeah, when I first met you, I didn't think you were like you didn't come off as like.
I wouldn't say I'm very sexual, especially if I'm in I was there to like support her.
Yeah.
And she's very normal.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, so like. I mean, she doesn't talk about this stuff in public.
And I feel like a lot of people don't like talk about, which is weird to me. Like, I feel like
society, man.
It happens. Everyone has sex.
Society.
I feel like,
until you meet a porn star who is like right in front of you eating a cheeseburger, talking about the laser tag game you just played. That until you're doing that kind of shit, porn stars are porn stars, and that's dirty and gross and disgusting. But then one day you're gonna be a nice Christian boy, and you're gonna go to Arby's, and you're gonna bump into this girl hanging out, eating a cheeseburger or whatever the fuck they sell at Arby's. And you're gonna
I hate Arby's.
And you're gonna be like, hey, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm an actress. Oh, what kind of films do you act in? She's like, oh, Nightmare Next Door, or like The Backdoor Neighbor, or whatever the fuck. And like they're like, oh, that sounds like you're an adult film actress. She's like, yeah, I do porn. And you're like, oh wow, you're a normal person here at Arby's with me, and you're a normal person.
I look at sex and talking about sex is like politics. It's like food. It's like it's normal. I don't get why people be so afraid to talk about it.
It's scary until you start talking about it. It's like this.
You think?
I think most people are just scared of the thought process of it. In what context would I ever be talking about sex? Like, who would I be talking about sex with?
Because I like to hear people's experiences, because my experience is different. Like, I never tried poppers. I never had the Eiffel Tower, so getting to know people different experiences is, I don't know, I find it interesting.
It is. I think it's interesting, but the problem is, it's like, when you go to, Thanksgiving dinner, Easter dinner, whatever the case may be, and they get to learn about you being a normal person.
Yeah.
And then like that's their chance to learn about you being a normal person. There is no table or holiday to sit around and learn about the fact that you're all having gay sex and you like it up and like you like it in the butt and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's no appropriate table these days except for when you create it yourself.
Yeah.
Or if you go find it.
It depends on how deep you go into it. Like if I'm out with my family, I can tread lightly into the conversation, but don't go too deep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think treading lightly is kind of toxic. Not for you, but for them.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like watching Jackass, but closing your eyes when
I feel like you should just go all out.
Well,
but you have to respect people's...
You have to respect people's like family.
Yeah.
But the problem is they should respect you. But it's difficult.
It's difficult.
It's hard. It's difficult to walk a mile in someone else's shoes when those shoes are not easy to fill.
Yeah, because you want to be respectful. I try to lead with respect and kindness and positivity. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna ask what I want to ask. That's why I always let people know like what's uncomfortable for you, because what's uncomfortable for you may be comfortable for me, and I want to know when I'm pushing.
One of my favorite ways is to be fake surprised. Like if my mom saw my friends two of my guy friends making out, and they're like, and she was like, "Are they gay?" I'd be like, "Oh my gosh." Probably. You know what I mean? Like,
so you act like you have no idea.
Well, no, I mean, I like to act surprised, but then make them feel like they've asked a dumb question.
Okay.
Like, so if
kind of like what you said earlier, a surprise with a surprise.
Kind of. Yeah. So like, if my mom, if I was smoking out of a bong, right, and my mom walks in, she goes, oh, "Is that a bong?" I'd be like, "Oh my god."
Okay.
Oh my god. You're right. Oh my god. What am I doing? Oh my god, Mom, guess what?
So you like to be petty.
Is that petty? Is that the right word?
That's like in the gay terms, it's like being petty.
Okay. So yeah, probably. I think there's people out there that would call me petty when it come to that.
But it could be that's a good thing.
It's like it's like a mixture of like sass.
Yeah.
And like this like being facetious in a certain manner. Like if I was sharing my location with somebody and they could see where I was, you know, on a map, and I was supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, they'd be like, "Well, you're probably not going to be here on time, are you? Because you're up there." I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, can you see my location?"
Yeah, you petty. That's what they call. But that's good. That's not bad.
I think it's like sass, but it's also like I instead of telling somebody like, "Oh," if it was the opposite situation. And instead of saying to someone, "Oh, you're probably gonna miss out," I would just let them miss and be like, "Well, I saw when we started, like I would use it as a retort and not."
Yeah, you kind of like, duh, you can see that I'm not there. So
yeah, that's the way I'd rather it come out. Like if I was late to something, I'd rather someone be like, "Well, I saw when it started, you were 30 minutes away, so I knew you weren't gonna make it anyways." Then I'd be like, "Shit, you're right." But if someone asks me at 6:30 if I'm going to be there at 6:45 and they can tell I'm 30 minutes away, I'm like, "Well, have you seen my location? You can see it, can't you?" "Wait, what? I'm not going to be there on time."
Petty.
Probably. But anyways, with that being said, how was your time with TKAST?
I loved it. Thank you for having me on. This was fun. I really like this. I love the setup. I love the vibe.
Thank you, man.
Great conversation, by the way.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
This might be my longest podcast.
Really?
And probably
How long is it right now?
I think we're 2 hours almost.
No way.
It's probably like an hour 45.
Oh my gosh. Well, you gotta go out with a bang. Is this the last
8:30? It's 8:30 on the dot. Well, not yet. Just about. It's 8:29. Wow. I'm gonna wait till 8:30, and then I'm gonna sign out and say goodbye to these fellas.
Okay.
Anything you want to say? What's your Twitter? Lamont Odom. Facebook, Lamont Odom. Instagram, Lamont.
Snapchat.
Patreon.
Make sure if you're listening to this and you're into, adult content and you want to know more about my sex life or just different topics covering sex, make sure you guys head over to my Patreon and check it out.
Wonderful. And if you can't spell it, everything's in the description below. If you can't spell his name, it's in the title of this video.
And what's your social media links?
All mine is at THEWNK.
Okay.
So the wink with no I, because you can't wink without an I.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for joining us, guys. This has been another episode of TKAST, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon, guys.
Peace out, y'all.
That was fun.
So I went to end your stream.